Hello and welcome to the first video in a short series on how to best utilize the Siemens CAM trial environment. This first video is simply a quick introduction to the trial that will cover how to get your trial started, as well as a few things to note on the differences between the online environment that you'll be working in and the purchase seat that's local to your own computer. So with that, let's get started. So after you have registered for your trial, you'll receive an email with a link to start your trial. Clicking that link will send you to your CAM trial launch page. Now this is where you will go anytime that you're wanting to work in your trial environment. It has some useful tutorials and documentation down at the bottom that I recommend taking a look at in addition to the videos that will be provided from Swoosh. Now this page also has a counter. Now this will keep track of the days that you have remaining in your trial period. Really, once you're ready to start, you just simply click the Launch NX CAM trial button. Now the first time that you launch, this will take a few minutes to set up and get started, but should run quicker after the first initial setup. Now, once your trial session has loaded, it will start with an open session of NX called CAM Trial Manufacturing. If you minimize this session, you'll notice that you're working on a virtual desktop. You won't be able to do anything but run NX in this virtual desktop, but you can run multiple versions of NX if that's something that you're wanting to do. Now, there are a few things to note when it comes to the differences between this online session and a normal session of NX. First of all, this is a slimmed down version of NX that's focusing mainly on CAM. So some of the features that are unrelated to CAM, those modules have been disabled, but you will still have access to CAD and CAM, so you have all those options available to you. Now this is a 30-day trial period. That trial period is going to start when you enter your session for the first time. Then it will count down from there. Another thing to note that if you're inactive, so if you haven't been in the session for 7 days at a time, it will delete your data and you will lose anything that you've had. So just make sure you stay in it and just keep using it. Now, real quick, one thing to note on this virtual session: after you've been in it for an hour, you'll get a notification that pops up that says your session expires in 15 minutes. It's going to ask you if you want to add another hour. If you hit yes, it's going to give you another hour. If you hit no, it's going to shut down. I would hit, if you're still in it, hit yes, and it will give you another hour, but it's not going to give you another warning, at least from my experience in it. It just shuts down at the end of the next hour. So definitely save often by coming up to File, Save, just to make sure you don't lose anything, because at that end of that second hour, like I said, it does just shut down. Then you'll have to restart your session. It's a little annoying, but that is the way that it is behaving at this time. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is rotating your model. If you're using a space mouse, you're going to find that it does not work correctly. It only zooms in and out. So if you need to rotate your model, you're going to have to use your middle mouse button. So you'll click your middle mouse button, hold it down, and then move your mouse around, and that will rotate your model in whichever direction you choose. And that's just an issue with this online environment. One last thing to note is speed. Depending on your internet connection, you may experience some slight lag or delays, and that's simply part of working inside of this online environment and not an issue on a normal install. Alright, so in the next few videos, we'll be going over the following topics. I'm going to take a look at the NX basics, things to know when using NX for the first time. We're going to take a look at assemblies, how to assemble components like fixtures into your model. And then we're going to take a look at your CAM environment and manufacturing setup, and this will cover how to start a manufacturing file and also discuss how to navigate the manufacturing environment. And then we'll create some cutting tools that you can use when programming into your trial. And then we'll create some CAM operations, and we'll take a look at simulating those operations.